We had better armor, gained a bit of
This video will go over what consequences your actions in the quest Nessecary Evil have on the story. If you don't want to hear or know, please click off the video now. So, what side are you choosing? This is all assuming you've interrogated the prisoner successfully and you haven't chosen to be silent about Old Semine. So now you're marching to the gates of Samine fortress with Hashek, and he's ready to kill everyone without taking prisoners, if you let him.
Your son helped murder my people, and you expect me to let him go? Hand him over, or this place will be reduced to ashes.
That's one choice. Completely wipe out the Samine fortress off the map, which means you kill everyone. The other choice is to spare Old Semine and therefore his son, Olda, which is part of the rebellion. You contradict everything Hashek says and eventually have to kill him, for which the Old Semine will thank you. Now at this point in the game, you don't know much about the rebellion other than they've raided your camp at the start, and the game does a good job of painting them as the bad guys. But are they? Later on, you'll find that von Burgrave already made a deal with Sigismund, so he basically used you for his dirty work.
Kiss our asses!
God, is this retribution for my sins?
Sorry, my friend. I'm afraid your castle will be needing some repairs.
If you choose to burn down the village, you will no longer have access to the side quests that are in and around it. And it will make this part of the map inaccessible too. But if you don't and side with Olda and Samine, you have to kill Hashek, which pretty much means the same because you end up burning the village yourself to avoid suspicion. And then they flee.
If we're to save ourselves, we'll have to cover our tracks.
What do you propose?
It might sound mad, but Hashek was planning to burn down the fortress, and we
I think I know where this is going.
must do the same.
Burn down our family seat. Oh, Olda. Henry's right. It's the only way.
So either way, once this raid starts, Samine is gone, and so are all these side quests. Like I said earlier, you can choose not to tell von Burgrave about Olda and avoid raiding the place altogether though. Other than that, the decision you make will be a moral choice, which will impact the story but not anything else. So choose whatever you feel most comfortable with, because this will make the ending feel most fitting for your playstyle. If you do decide to raid and thus kill everyone, be sure to loot them, because they still have pretty good armor and a lot of groschen on them for you to pick right up. Oh, and if you decide to slaughter everyone and search for Olda, you once again have two choices, but they end pretty much the same as the others.
Ha! I knew from the start you couldn't be trusted. I came to check on you, and what do I hear? You want to let that filthy traitor go free? You're one of them, aren't you? Tell me!
That's not my concern. We're done here. I'm going for Hashek.
Well now, I must say you pleasantly surprised me. I had some doubts about you, so I came to check on you. I'm glad you refused to listen to this treacherous filth, that I don't have to punish you on the spot.
What happens now? Will we take him to Trotsky?
To Trotsky? This bastard doesn't deserve a trial.
He will kill Olda right there though, so there is no better justice in this set of events. So from a story standpoint, you will find out that the rebels aren't really all that bad, and from a moral standpoint, Olda did help the rebels and tried to kill von Burgrave. Hell, they even raided your camp at the start and killed a lot of innocents. You could also argue that the old man knew about him, Olda, being involved with the rebels, but did not do anything to stop him.
Fuck! He was taking revenge for the ambush.
If you'd listened to me, I told you to.
It doesn't matter anymore who told who what, God damn it!
If I'd known, I'd never have consented to such a thing, believe me.
Because your spine is so bent from old age that you can't even stand up tall and straight anymore.
So then the decision really falls to you. What do you think is just?
Burgrave had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already long since made a deal with Sigismund. But of course he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, he used us to do his dirty work. Everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. They took Lord Capon away.
Let's discuss in the comments.